Emma Lavelle on the other end of the line. Good evening, Emma.
Hi there.
Hi, thank you very much for joining us here on Sports Tonight Live. Just very quickly, obviously you've got a couple of runners at the weekend. Let's talk about Junction 14 first of all. You're pitching him in quite high, 3-year-old, but obviously you must think a lot of the horse.
Yeah, he's done nothing wrong so far. He was very good round Kempton, winning on Boxing Day. The problem on the back of that is that the handicapper put him up £16, so you're suddenly losing options. But he's tough, he's genuine, and I think he deserves this step up. And
you had a couple of options here, didn't you? You had the novice hurdle to go for, but you're pitching him in.
Yeah, I think that's right, and I think say that again.
That's okay. I'm sorry.
My gut feeling with him is that he's off a mark of 137. Hopefully, he's still got a few pounds to spare, and I think that for us to make a decision on where we go next with him will be down to how he runs, obviously on Saturday. Whether we go down the novice route as far as Cheltenham is concerned, or if we just look at running him in handicaps.
Okay, and obviously the Betfred Classic, you step Shotgun Paddy up in trip.
Yeah.
And Leighton Aspel comes back in for the ride, who won at Chepstow with him.
Exactly. I mean, I think he's Shotgun Paddy. He's a lovely horse, but he is a galloper. He's not a speed horse. And I think that stepping him up in trip should help. So he gallops, he jumps, he has shown he handles soft ground. So fingers crossed that he'll do just that on Saturday.
But our guy in Twitter corner, Tom, has got a few questions that have been posed.
Hello, Emma. Yes, Twitter quite lively about your appearance on the show this evening. They want to hear about Andy Kelly. Where will he run next? Can you give us any insight into that?
Where will Andy Kelly go next? He's come out his Ascot run really well.
Good.
There's just not a huge number of options for him about at the minute. I would imagine that we'll run him. We may even go and finish running him back in a novice actually with a penalty. Because looking at what we've got that's available to us, there's nothing that really jumps out and I think is absolutely perfect for him. So he's probably I don't know, 10 of running. And sort of nothing fixed in his just at the minute.
Okay, brilliant. A couple of other horses of yours to touch on. Captain Sunshine, Charlie says thinks headgear and a visor will sharpen him up, and the other one to look at was Claret Cloak, who Paul Ferguson's tweeting asking for you to skip Cheltenham and take him straight to the Red Run Fresh at Aintree. How do you feel about those two tweets?
Captain Sunshine hit hurdle at Wetherby and chipped a bone in his knee, so he's had an arthroscopy done on the knee, removed the bone chip, but he won't be back till next season.
Okay.
I kind of wonder on the back of having some x-rays on that whether there may have been a little bit of floating chip around in the other knee actually, which may have made him just a little bit less enthusiastic about running. I think headgear is probably a sensible option, but it won't be till next season. Claret Cloak, I actually think we've been riding him wrong. I think he's all about speed. I don't think he's a 2.5 miler. I think that we should be holding him up and riding him for a burst of speed rather than setting the race up for everything else. So at this stage, if the ground is quick enough, then the plan is to go to Cheltenham. Whether that will be in the Arkle or that will be in the Grand Annual, I don't know as yet. He'll have entries in both.
Fair enough.
But wherever he goes next, A, the ground will need to be quick, and B, I think that we will be riding him for speed rather than for stamina, which is what we've been doing before.
Okay, two more quick questions, if I could, Emma. Michael Harris asks about, as do some others that are tweeting, asking about Kenford Grey Lady. They've seen that one's up for sale. Obviously, it was a great horse, second to the mighty Quivega in 2012, and only out of the first three once in that horse's career. Why is it that one's going to sale?
She's been a great mare for us. She's a lovely horse to deal with. But I think the fire has gone out of her belly as far as racing is concerned. She's got a very nice pedigree, and the plan is for her to go to the sales to be sold as a broodmare. Her owner is Ian's 83, and he's concerned that he won't live long enough for the offspring to be getting to the races.
Right,
so
okay, yeah, because I do see in the pedigree related to a previous Derby winner, am I right?
I'm wondering who. I mean, I'm not sure that that's right, is it? I think unless it's a long way back.
It may be in there somewhere. And just to move you on from one more from a viewer that we have, Anthony Amato, simply asked for a bumper horse to follow that you haven't let out yet, that hasn't been raced yet, and one to keep an eye on.
One to keep an eye on. I would say there's probably two. There's a filly called Well Connected. She goes to Doncaster on the 25th. She's a very nice looking mare, and I think should run well wherever she goes. And one that will run a little bit further down the line this season is a horse called A Bit of Bob. And he is, again, a really nice type who should run well whatever bumper runs in.
Excellent. Well, I'll hand you back over out of Twitter corner, back into the studio, back to you, Peter. Thank you very much, Emma.
Emma, thank you very much indeed for your time. I know you're busy preparing for the weekend. All the best for the weekend, and let's hope the horses come back safe and sound, and let's hope you get some good runs from them as well.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much indeed.